Hello, it is Kat Kruger here at D20 Games. I am the dungeon master here at the podcast. Hi, Andy. Hi, chat. Um, let's see, my pronouns are she, her. If you caught our stream yesterday, we're currently playing Brindlewood Bay, and Jen Vaughn is the keeper, is what they call it in that game system. So it's really fun. We're playing uh, grannies, basically, murder mavens. Session zero, unfortunately, was not able to make, but yesterday was our first session trying to solve the mystery of Dad Overboard. It's basically like if you've ever seen Murder She Wrote, it's this tiny New Hampshire town um, where a disproportionate amount of murders happen. And the murder mavens are part of a book club that reads mysteries, murder mysteries, and so they're tasked with helping the sheriff or chief or the police or whatever to help solve these crimes. Anyway, that is not what we're playing today. I'm doing some solo RPG streams. I have been for, gosh, a few months now. I started off with Untitled Moth Game, which was a Taroka deck based uh, RPG, an indie game that essentially uses Taroka deck as a map, which was a really um, cool way of doing a search. So every time I searched a different area, I'd flip the card over, and then I would get a writing prompt. It was really a fun start. It was a very short game. I think it was only 3 sessions. This is a longer one. Currently playing Apothecaria. Here we go. This is my printout of it. It is by Anna Blackwell, and it is called a solo potion making RPG. So I am playing a village witch named Maisie, and I've come to this village of High Rannoch because the former witch has gone missing. We do not know if she is deceased or simply, gone off somewhere. Um, so that's part of the mystery here. The past few sessions, I've been getting some really great clues on the former village witch. Um, she was an avid reader of cozy fantasies. Her favorite book was one called um, Boba Yoga and the Raven's Dream. One thing I'm really finding very, very fun as a writer and game designer is that these solo games have a lot of writing prompts, and it allows for some, creativity to flow. So I'm also enjoying this as a Monday morning stream because it just sort of starts my week in a way that is very creative and allows me to, um, you know, come up with ideas, chat with folks in chat to come up with potion names and um, other other assists. So it's been fun, and I hope you've been enjoying it as well. Um, it is all the games so far that I've been playing have been journal based. So I do post my journal entries on our Patreon, um, which you can find at patreon.com/d20dames. You can become a patron for as low as $2 if that is within your budget a month. So it's $2, $5, and $10, and it also gives you access to our Discord where we talk about lots of random things, food, um, um, beverages, crafts. We also talk about the podcast. We're currently doing a family-friendly podcast. Hello, Latina Geek. The first half of the last solo RPG. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm a little late to this solo RPG thing because I think during the first part of the pandemic, it took off a bit, and it's only recently that I started playing them or even really um, fully discovered them. I didn't realize how much content there is out there. And they're so different. So the first one was, like I said, it was Taroka deck. It's based on the Carta system by Peach Garden Games. Coincidentally, did not know this when I picked up the game, but Kathleen, who edits the podcast, is part of that group. So happy happenstance. Anyway, yeah. So I am playing this Village Witch right now. A couple things. I think some key notes on some big things that have happened. So while in the village, I can cure ailments of these ailment-prone villagers, but also sort of upgrade my cottage. I can also explore the area and also look for clues for what happened to the witch. One of the big things that happened in one of the streams was that I got a tip from a druid that uh, I healed by the name of Theodulf, who also asked Maisie out on a date to the flower festival, but she kind of awkwardly messed that up. Anyway, so she got a tip from Theodulf, who mentioned there is a beast in Meltwater Loch, and while foraging for reagents for her potions, she actually stumbled upon this Bazbata creature that emerged from the lake, and it was very ferocious, but it turned out that it actually has like a shattered tooth ailment. Um, and when Maisie went back to the cottage to look it up, she saw that she is not able to cure the ailment at the moment because she needs to be an advanced witch. And I am just an intermediate witch at this moment. So I need to level up one more level. My reputation is 16. I need to get up to 22 to get to advanced. On top of that, because this is a massive creature, um, I can't just give it one potion. Yeah, baby witch. I can't just give it one potion. I have to give it 10 potions. So um, one of my pieces of homework last week was to make sure that I put my resources in a sheet that's more easily referred to. So I'm going to just pull that up here. So here we go. So I put all my resources in my journal here so I know exactly what I'm working with. And if you look like midway through on that first page there, I've got the shattered tooth reagent. So I have 10 shield cap. Great. So that helps with the tooth. I've got 8 slime shell, helps with the infection, so I still need 2 more slime shells. So next time I go to the lock, I need to remember to, if I have extra time when I'm foraging, to get 2 more. And then I also have to find 10 reagents that deal with pain. I'm doing all of this because when I get to advanced witchdom, is that a word? I'm hoping that I could just go back to the lock and hopefully find the creature again. Um, so when it comes to exploring these other areas, the system is also card based, but it's just a regular deck of playing cards that I shuffle through every week because every time you find a joker, that is a clue that you can get for the witch. Advanced wisdom is your favorite elective, yes. That is not a surprise. It is a great course, I think. Speaking of which, Jen, I just read with Grayson, my son, uh, Dungeon Academy. Um, it, so there's two versions of the book. There's like one for older kids, and then there's like one for like it's an early chapter book, all written by the same author, but she's writing under a pen name for one of them. I'm not sure which is her actual real name. So, but some of the courses are like advanced witchdom. Like it's really cute. So highly recommend that book while I'm here. Anyway, yeah, so this card based, and so all these cards, I draw them, and everything is a prompt. So without further ado, I am going to draw a card for an ailment. I think I'm going to try curing a few ailments here, because the more I cure, the more money I make. As an intermediate witch, I get 30 silver pieces for every potion I make. I can only cure one patient per week. And on the advice of the former witch, because she was basically like, do too much and they're gonna ask you for all sorts of things. I can't imagine they're that ailment prone either. Like, you're not gonna get a village where every single day you get someone walking in here. Anyway, so I'm saving up money because the cottage that I was left with only had one garden plot, which currently has songberries in it, and songberries help sweeten potions. So that gives an extra 4 silver pieces, but it also offsets if there's a reagent that has a poison tag on it, it offsets that. And so if you have poison, you get 4 less silver. If you add sweetness, it offsets it. And if you just add it to a potion, you get a 4 extra silver. So I planted the songberries because no matter what, I put songberries in my potions. But there's a whole bunch of things that I can buy, and I'm saving up because I have a familiar, a kodama named Pinecone, who gets into mischief. But so Pinecone loves the little garden plot with songberries in it, and has decorated a little plant marker that I got at the flower festival. However, I'm saving up for a glimmerwood greenhouse, which is 500 silver. I currently have 294 silver, so that's what I'm working towards. I'm trying to make my little kodama familiar the happiest little forest spirit possible. All right, so I am going to flip over to intermediate ailments. Thanks, Jen. All right, and then I am going to pull up my handy random fantasy name generator. So I'm gonna go into my journal view here. As you can see, I've got a setup here, and I'm just gonna start writing, and then I will narrate my Spell-a-Health consult after, or role play. Here we go. What's a fun name here? Thank you for saying that about my writing. Um, Gosh, this is a funny one. I think I'm gonna actually change this so it's not a fey creature. Okay. All right. So, um, I think Maisie is still reading through Baba Yaga and the Raven's Dream book. She's sort of like carving out time to be able to read this cozy fantasy book that the witch left behind. Um, and I think there's like a letter that gets delivered, and the mail carrier just sort of lingers, um, and Maisie just sort of looks up. I can I help you? Oh, thanks for the letter. It's probably another piece of junk mail, but I appreciate the effort. Um, was there something I could help you with? What was your name again? Sundu. Yes, Sundu Frost Twirls. Yes. Um, oh, I see. Um, you have a indiscreet sort of issue. Well, I mean, come in. I mean, village witch and all. I've heard uh, lots of. Oh, what was that? That laughter. Was that was coming from you? No, no. Oh, I see. Um, well, I believe what you have is a case of a fey wind. Um, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a favorite among certain fairies. You've been, unfortunately, you've been cursed though. Um, uh, it it makes your flatulence sound a bit like laughter or music. Mm. You must have crossed the wrong fey, or um, perhaps it was just a bit of a trick. Um, it, Rest assured, it is physically harmless. Um, if you are a bit embarrassed, I understand, but it shouldn't be any trouble for me to find the reagents for this. Perhaps just ensure your diet is you know doesn't incur you know flatulence gas, whatever you want to call it, and you know, carry on with your business. No beans for a while, I suppose. And I'll head off into the local area to find some reagents for you and be back. Um, by the time you come back for another piece of mail from, um, um, yes, I'll just toss this in the fire. All right. Yeah. So this ailment it's a curse. It's a 1-star curse. It also has a mood rating of 2 stars. So I need to go into some local area here and um, find some reagents. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, mood berries some berries are used for mood as well. So I might only have to find one ingredient. Yes, berries can be crushed for mood. So I only have to find the curse ingredient, which means Does the curse make different people have different types of laughter, or is it always the same laughter? Important question. I feel like because it's the chaos of Fey magic, it's just like very random. You know, at one point it could be like braying laughter, another time it could be just a little giggle. Any wind instrument, yes, it's a good one. All right. One thing that I wanted to be mindful of is I wanted to also make sure that I could find, if I could find 10 ingredients that deal with pain while I'm out as well, that would be fantastic. So this ailment does not have a timer, which means technically I have 13 turns to find a reagent. And usually when that happens, if I'm looking for something in particular, I will just try to forage for that. Um, and in this case, because I want to get the 10 pain ingredients for the shattered tooth to cure the big beast in the lock, I'm going to try doing that. So I'm going to find, oh, here we go. I'm going to go find fairy dust in Glimmerwood Grove, I think, if I can also find something for pain here. Oh, sadly, no. All right. Uh, two. All right. All right. Nope, can't do that. I don't have a wand yet. Goodness. Here we go. In the mountain, there's one for pain. Now we have to see if they have something for mood. Huh, no. So the reason I'm trying to find something all in one location is because every time I change locations, that brings the timer down also. I've been looking for the wrong thing. I'm looking for curse, not okay, curse here. And pain. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go to Meltwater Lock. For the curse. Where did it go? Nope, that requires a wand. Oh my, this is actually a difficult one. Curse. All right, I'm going to Moonbreaker Mountain. All right, because I can get a star shard. Pinecone allows me to forage for reagents with the magic tag and reduce the foraging requirement by 3. So for a star shard, it's usually a 5. And so that would bring it down to a 2. And I will read what the hold on, star shard. I'm going to write it down in my journal. Bring my journal up here. Star shard and songberries. Okay. Star shard. What the village witch wrote in her journal is there are a lot of stories about these shards. That they grant wishes, that they glow when you seek your true love. They're fairly common up in the Cloud Isles and are everywhere you look after a festival. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to grab this. I just need a 2 or higher in order to harvest this. And that is a 5. So successfully did that. Now, that's 1 turn. And now I want to take, I have 12 turns to get something for pain. And where was that? That requires a wand. And there's something called an innocent's suffering. It is a magic item that is usually a 9 foraging that with Pinecone. I've got so that gives me a 6. Hello, Jane. So the witch's journal says that this ingredient, an innocent suffering, this is one of those old school reagents that give witches a bad name. Nowadays, it's much more efficient and pleasant to just find a hiker with sore feet to collect it. Innocence, suffering. All right, so I need to get 10 of these. I'm going to write it down in my list here. Innocence, suffering. And I will mark it down as pain. All right. So I need a 6 or higher, and I have 12 turns to get 10 of these for the shattered tooth. That's a 10, success. Jack, success. Joker. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside because this, I don't believe this counts as maybe I'll count it, but this means that I found a clue about the witch. So I'm gonna put a pin in this and continue foraging first. That is a 7, success. 8, success. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 is a success. Queen is a success. 2, 4, 6. Jack is a success. Ace is not a success, it's a failure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. King, success. 7, success. What did I get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. 6, success. All right, yay! I got 10 innocence suffering. So that means I just need to get 2 more slime shell from the lock the next time I go there. and I will have all the ingredients needed to cure the Bazbata creature. And I believe when that happens, it opens up a new area. But that could still take a while. I still need to become advanced witch, level up from baby witch. All right, but the next fun thing we get to do is what are we going to name this potion? So, it's made out of songberries and star shard. Yeah, and the ailment was called Fey Wind. I don't know. Song suppressant? Never trust a shard. What else? What else can we use for inspiration here? The Star Shard has a lot of stories. Grant wishes. Shardberry surprise. Yes, I like that. All right. I'm gonna go Shardberry surprise. Thank you, Jen. Oh, is it? Actually, that was Jane. Jane. I thought it was Jen. Here we go. Matt. Thank you very much. All right, so that means we get 34 silver. Oh, what is the math on this? We are now reputation 17. And in summer week 4. Another note about why I'm tracking the weeks is when we get to week 13 in a season, a festival happens. So we already did, we started in spring and had a spring flower festival in which I got a flower crown at the dance, which is a magical item that allows me to forage for plants and reduce the foraging value. All right, so we successfully cured Sundew, the mail carrier, and we're also able to get some reagents for the Shattered Tooth, which is fantastic. That's a big goal. All right. Now what to do? Another ailment, and then we go some searching maybe, or we do some searching now and do another ailment later. Oh, actually, no. We got that Joker. I need to look that up. So I'm gonna add some pages to my journal here. I think this is where I put it. Okay, so clue table. I think what I said last time was that, so we have, I think, 4 different clue tables. And this is part of what's called the search. Each time I draw a joker or finish a season without drawing a joker, I find a clue about what happened to the old witch. So I was drawing clues from first steps up until now. I think because I'm already an intermediate witch, um, well into being an intermediate witch, I think we might move on to find um, deeper clues. So the first table was just called the first steps. Now we have a table called about the witch. So I'm going to draw a card here and see what the prompt is. So that is a jack. And it says here, you discover something that the old witch really improved. Maybe they brought life to a dead glade, enchanted the town's buildings, or came up with a tradition for a festival. What did they improve? Hmm. Advanced clues and questions. Let's see. So far, what we've learned about the witch is that she is really into cozy fantasies. She set up a bunch of base camps in each of the other locations around the village. What was the other clue that we had? Just want to sort of tie it all together, maybe. Oh, and she also really likes tea cake, which is literally cake that has tea leaves in it. So I feel like because she's into these cozy fantasies and the tea aspect of this Baba Yaga, maybe it's like some sort of community tea garden plot, um, so that the community can just harvest tea leaves of various types, and just have a constant supply of tea. So I'm going to write that in the journal and then read it out loud once I think about what I'm writing here. All right. So, written. Upon returning from foraging in the mountains, I took a different path back into the village and discovered Theodulf harvesting leaves from a community garden plot. Turns out the former village witch set it up with a variety of tea plants, much to the delight of the villagers. All right. So we have discovered a clue about our our village witch who seems really into tassiomancy, possibly. All right. I think I'm going to attempt to do. I'll do one more ailment, and then we can spend the rest of the session maybe foraging and investigating um, other things. Let's see if I can grab this. Just to make things easier and faster for myself here, just gonna cut and paste. Okay. Tasseography. Okay. First, let's draw this ailment. Got an 8. Okay. So first, I'm going to go search for a random. That's a fun job for this character. Yeah, I love the name Hedgehopper. Mushroom part of the game pack, or did you add it yourself? I added this myself. It's part of I'm using GoodNotes, and there are some sticker packs that I've been using. I figured the mushrooms were really good on theme for um, a village witch who's sort of like a hedge witch. I'm gonna give Marmaduke a ridiculous job. He's gonna be frog. All right. Um, so Maisie, I believe, is in the garden with Pinecone when she sees something floating towards them. Um, and she sort of squints for a bit and says, oh my, um, can I give you a hand there? I don't recognize you from the village, but I'm the village witch, Maisie. This is Pinecone here. You look to be in need of an assistant or something. Here, and she sort of like grabs hold of a person who is floating. Um, can you tell me what your name is? I see that you have a you're in a bit of a predicament here, not being on level ground and all. Marmaduke Hedgehopper, come this way. Perhaps we can tie you down or something, get you contained in the cottage. What sort of tell me a bit about yourself. What sort of occupation are you? Are you in? Oh, a frog farmer. And when did the symptoms first come about here? Oh my goodness. I think it might have been something you ate. Um, yes, it seems that way. Um, so Maisie takes a look in her journal, in the witch's journal, um, and scans through and says, uh, so the witch has written that this is called hover hives. Um, and the witch wrote, "It's a dangerous ailment to those with less than solid roofs. Tiny hives have appeared all over the afflicted that causes them to float. The more hives, the stronger the lift." Um, so in this case, we actually have a timer. I have 6 rounds to find the cure, which requires um, reagents with the tag skin, and that is a 2-star rating, and pain, which is a 1-star rating. Now, I do have ingredients that I've collected. There is a consequence if I don't, if I'm unable to cure this within the 6 rounds. We will get to that if that happens. All right, so what did I say it was? Skin and pain. So I just want to double check some of the things I have here. Um, fossil fish. It's time and magic. Driftwood memories. It's also time. Amethyst antler. Got a couple amethyst antlers last time, or the two times before. Curse, mood, and magic. Right, so nothing that I have right now can help. Oh wait, Surgeon Sap and Princess Toad. Surgeon Sap, wound or burn, and Princess Toad was mood, wart, or rash. Okay, so I have 6 rounds to find something for skin and pain. So I definitely want to try to find this in one area, because moving to another location is going to reduce my timer by 1. So here we go. Skin and pain. Let's see. Okay, Meltwater Lock has both ingredients. Yes. So I'm going to write in my journal. The recipe is going to be wait, skin needs to be 2. I need to make sure that's correct. No, it's not. Okay, can't do it in Meltwater Lock. Here we go. The mountain is going to help us out here. So we've got Moon Lotus and Hiker's Helper. Moon, Lotus, and Hiker's Helper. All right, so for Moon Lotus, the witch has written, this sensitive plant stays shut during the day to protect itself from the sun's harsh light. Hikers use the glowing pollen to soothe sunburn and friction burn. All right, so that's that is a plant. The foraging rating on this is a 7, but because I have the flower crown, it's a 5. So let's see if I can grab this. I got a 9. So I got the Moon Lotus. And then I'm going to try getting Hiker's Helper. And the former witch says that it's a thick and leafy weed that grows wherever it can take root, which, thanks to hikers discarding the used leaves wherever they please, seems to be all over High Rannoch. Rude. All right. This is also a plant, and in this case, that brings it down to a rating of 1. So essentially, there's no failing. Got a 7. There we go. So that is another success. I will add Songberry here because that's like, I think Maisie's like secret ingredient or not so secret ingredient is Songberry, so that she can get the extra money for it. what do we want to name this? So hover hives, we've got moon lotus and hiker's helper. Yeah, we've been doing pretty well with the foraging. There have been a few times where it was a close call. So far, I don't think Maisie has actually failed um, at foraging, but it's been very close. I think it probably gets way more difficult. Moon's over my hike. Moon's over my hike. Moon's over hiker. Like moon's over hiker. Let's do that. I was just thinking. Moon's over hiker. Whoops. Uh-oh. Need more room. Thank you for that. I'm not happy with how I. Oops. All right. Oh, we're getting so close to getting that greenhouse. Oops, what was that? 17, 18, like 5. All right. All right, so we successfully have cured Marmaduke Hedgehopper, the frog farmer of Hover Lives, with a potion called Moons Over Hiker. Um, yeah, I think we're getting closer to the goal of getting a greenhouse, which is awesome for Pinecone, and reputation is now 18, so we're 4 away from becoming an advanced witch. Um, so I think I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and when I come back, we're going to go and do some searching around some of these locations, because I think let's see, don't want to go to Meltwater Lock because don't want to have an accidental encounter with the beast until we're ready to cure it. So we've already looked in the village a little bit. I think last time we went into was it the Grove? Yes, we were in Glimmerwood Grove. Oh, yes, important note that in the Grove, Maisie met a Naiad, um, and maybe there's something going on there. We don't know. She was very taken by the naiad, and said that she'd come back with a gift. Don't have a gift yet, so maybe not. Maybe not there yet. Meltwater is out. Dream water depths can't go to yet. Moonbreaker Mountain. I think we'll go to the mountain to check that out next. All right, so I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be back in a few minutes here. And when we come back, we're going to go look at Moonbreaker Mountain and find do some exploration there. All right, see you in a bit. All right, I am back. So we're in the second half of Apothecaria for this session anyway. Um, treated a few villagers from some wild ailments. Um, and now we're gonna, oh, and also found a clue about the former village witch, was that she set up a nice little community garden of tea leaves for High Rannoch. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, so we're heading off to Moonbreaker Mountain. And in the former witch's journal, it says, jutting high above the clouds, it is said this mountain can touch the moon, though few have ever brought back proof. Travelers come from far and wide to see the gold drake nesting cliffs, grand caverns, and to walk the beautiful hiking paths dotted with shrines and rune stones. So this is considered downtime, and downtime is I can take up to 13 turns as usual. After that, it starts affecting my reputation, I guess, because I'm just not actually doing the work. All right, so I'm going to draw a card for a writing prompt. That is a 9. And the prompt says, from your vantage point, you spot a nice, obvious reagent on a rocky outcrop. Draw a card and treat it as a reagent of the same value. Cool. All right, so I'm going to draw this, and I got another 9. Did I just put the card? No, it's a 9. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool because that could be something really, really good. I'm gonna look in Moonbreaker Mountain and check out the reagents here to find something really high value that I'm able to get. There are some things that I can't get because like there's something here called milkstone. It requires a wand or a friendly giant to collect. So don't have either access to either of those right now. Let's see. Um, has to be 9 or lower. Here we go. There's something called glacier moss. I think a friendly giant was a magic wand. Imagine the size of that wand, though. Glacier moss. It is a plant. The foraging rating is 9. This bright white moss grows on the sides of glaciers and looks at first glance like patches of snow. Experienced mountaineers chew it as it slowly releases the water inside and tastes minty fresh. So this is a plant that it can be crushed down for dehydration and lung ailments. So I'm going to put that in my list of resources here. And at the same time, I'm going to write a journal entry here, and then I'll read it out loud. Oops. Okay, so my only note here is Pinecone and I set off into the mountains to explore and immediately spotted some glacier moss when we reached the coldest parts of Moonbreaker. Underline that here. So that is one entry. Next we have, I've drawn a 2. Let's see what that gets me here. While foraging around in the foothills, a large billy goat takes offense to your presence and chases you until you give it a plant reagent or it tires itself out. Lose 1 foraging point or 1 reagent. Uh, I think I'm gonna lose a foraging point. I'm just gonna like run with Pinecone. So I feel like, we're just like, you know, racing away from this goat that's charging at us. Um, uh, I can just picture little Pinecone screaming behind. All right, so I think that takes up a foraging point, which means now down to 13. That was 1, 2, 3. So we're down to 10. I'm just going to write a little countdown note here. As we try to lose this billy goat. All right, I'll write another journal entry about this. All right, heading into the foothills to search for more reagents, we encountered a rather large and rather cross billy goat that was none too pleased by our presence. I've not witnessed Pinecone run so fast before. We were both quite winded, but eventually lost the creature. All right, so we're down to, I think, is it 9? All right, pulled an ace. Oh, this is great. It leads great. It leads really well into what just happened. Uh, you find a lost sheep in a moss-covered cave. It recognizes you and bounces over. The shepherd lives on the other side of the mountain, but it might get hurt if you leave it here. If you guide it back home, decrease timer by 2, but add 3 sweet to this potion. Okay. I'm not, I don't understand that. Was that supposed to be just as we're searching? All right. I think I'm just going to add 3 sweet reagent. I'll just say got I got something that adds 3 sweet, um, because I think I'll guide this poor little sheep back. Um, so Andy, the sheep came from just a prompt. We're in Moonraker Mountain, and I drew an ace card, and yeah, so Pinecone and I just ran from a billy goat that chased us, and this sort of leads perfectly into, I think we lose the billy goat in this moss covered cave, and then find this poor lost sheep. Maybe it was bullied by the billy goat too. So I think I'm gonna say that Maisie shepherds the sheep back to the other side of the mountain. Um, I don't know how the sheep recognizes Maisie. Yeah, one moment goat, next moment cave sheep. Exactly. I'm just adding in a cave to the last paragraph of the journal entry there, so that it reads that we were both quite winded, but eventually lost the creature in a cave. Okay, so for the +3 sweet reward, I'm just marking it down as honey in my resource list. Um, and in the journal here, it says the moss covered cavern also protected a lost sheep who bleated and approached us. I couldn't leave the poor thing to the predators out in the wild, so we escorted the poor thing twice. Um, so we escorted the lost lamb. So we escorted the lost lamb back to the shepherd on the other side of the mountain. For our effort, we were given some honey. All right, so now we are down to, that makes it, we lose 2 foraging, two on the timer. So that is 987. Okay. Let's see what else we can discover here. There's a 3. Some stone gives way under your hand, disturbing the goldrakes down below. They peck and screech at you until you are far away from their cliffside nest. Lose 2 points. We're just having so many animal encounters right now. Oh my gosh. All right, so written, on the way back, a stone gave way under me and disturbed a nest of goldrakes who pecked at and chased us off. What a strange day filled with all manner of animal encounters. All right, so we're down to 5. Dare I search more in Moonbreaker Mountain? What other animal encounter are we going to have? Got a queen here. Let's see. All right. Rounding a cliff face, you find yourself face to knee with a giant of the mountains. They are taking shelter from the rain and invite you to join them in their cave. What do you discuss? Every time you get this result, write about your relationship with the friendly Fomorian. Well, that's nice. Face to knee, yes. Well, now I'm gonna go look for giant names so I can name this fellow. Giant names. Trying to find a nice giant name here. All right, I'm gonna name this giant Orog. What did we discuss? I feel like Maisie's probably going to discuss the wildlife on the mountain here. All right, here we go. Okay, my only note here is going to be a short one. Of course, as luck would have it, rain began to fall, so we took shelter with a kind giant who introduced himself as Orog. We spoke at length about the local flora and fauna. I figure if we get this prompt again, we can just explore the relationship with Orog a bit more. Let's see, we're down to 4 in our downtime. I feel like we're probably not going to be able to do another ailment, so I'm just going to run down the timer here with some more prompts for All right. You stop for a moment to rest by a wayfarer's stone. The rune-carved boulder provides much-needed warmth and comfort. You aren't the only one here today, though. A stranger from a far-off land stops to ask you something. What do they like? What do they want? Do they get it? Hmm. I think I think it might be they stop there for warmth and comfort. So I'm gonna say that um, asking for maybe some directions and maybe if I might be willing to share some or trade some rations so that they can partake of food of the locale and then Maisie can partake of food from a far off land. I think she's probably packed that uh, tea cake. Um, directions to the best local tea house. I think she'll add that too. All right. While warming myself at the Wayfair Stone, a stranger stopped to chat. We exchanged snacks, and I gave them much needed directions to the best local tea shop. And I think I have enough time to do one more prompt here. It is a 6. It says here, you come to the old shrine that marks the halfway point of the trail. It is a nice spot to stop and catch your breath. Who is the shrine to? What tradition surrounds it? Mm. I want to say it's probably, I'm going to say it's like a really big shrine, like like a giant's shrine, and maybe it is to um, the guardian of the mountain. All right. So we have here, heading back down the mountain, I spotted a larger than life shrine at about the halfway mark. It was a massive monument clearly made by giants. In fact, the shrine was dedicated to the guardian of Moonbreaker Mountain. I shall have to ask Ulrich about it when next we meet. And that is, I think, where we're going to leave it for today. We didn't cure that many ailments, but we did get quite a lot of ingredients. Like let me just review here. So we basically have almost all the ingredients for curing shattered tooth for the Bazbata creature at Meltwater Lock. Basically, next time, once Maisie is an advanced witch, um, we just need to head over to Meltwater Lock, grab a couple slime shells, um, or could find some slime shells next time I'm looking for reagents in Meltwater Lock. And then we'll have the potions ready for the Bazbata. It was a very great foraging day and not so great animal encounter day. But yeah, we I think we got quite a lot of resources, and we even got a clue about the witch. It's a lot of tea theme going on in here right now. Um, just adding to the narrative for that. So yeah, hopefully next time, we'll be able to advance a little bit more. Um, if I could get 4 more ailments cured, that will bring me to advanced witchdom, and then we can progress to unlocking a bit more in the surrounding area, because I think once we cure the Bazbata, that opens up a whole other region, and hopefully that brings us closer to figuring out what happened with the witch. Um, I did better foraging in this than in Stardew Valley. You do in Stardew Valley, yeah, yeah. So it's exciting. I'm hoping that I feel like this game is definitely, I mean, obviously taking much longer than the than Untitled Moth game. Um, I feel like this is probably going to take the whole rest of May if I stream every Monday in May, and I think that there's a possibility that there might be some sort of um, long weekend or something, which would mean no childcare on a Monday. So it's possible that this will go into June, but hoping to wrap up, within the next month, and then we can move on to possibly Thousand Year Vampire, played as What We Do in the Shadows type character. You're good with the longer game. Yeah, I mean, I'll play for as long as it's, I guess, continues to be interesting. Um, I am really enjoying this game, especially. I feel like the first session was just sort of, trying to figure out what all the rules were, and I'm glad you were able to stick through all that with me. It's a bit of a steep learning curve, I think, but it's always, I feel like it's better to just learn as you go. Um, okay, well, as always, if you would like to take a look at the journal entries that I've written here in more detail, I generally post them a few days before the next stream goes live. Um, and they are available on patreon.com/d20dames. Thank you everyone for joining. I do enjoy a cozy stream, and these games are pretty cozy. Um, yeah, otherwise, we're playing Brindlewood Bay. Jen is the keeper for that. And honestly, we're off for a few weeks. Jen, if you're here, maybe you remember when the next stream is. I'm not going to say it. I think we confirmed it yesterday, but I'm not going to say it. Just follow us on d20dames.com, where all our social links are. Um, I really appreciate all of you joining here for these Monday streams. I know it's a bit odd time, but for me it really works out well because it really helps me kickstart my week of freelance writing and designing. All right, so yeah, you can find all of our links at d20dames.com, and I will see you in Discord. Until next time, this adventure awaits.